This is the lesson for 4.4. The main thing, I have no idea what this title means, but the main thing that we're learning is graphs of sequences. So we have two kinds of sequences. What are the two kinds of sequences that we have? Arithmetic and geometric. So then this is an example of an arithmetic graph. What shape does this make? A line, so it must be what? Linear, right? And it has a positive slope. I heard somebody say that. Okay, then geometric. What type do you think that geometric might make? Exponential. Nice work. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing for this lesson. I would highly recommend using your graphing calculator. So you're going to get out your graphing calculator, and into y1, you're going to type in this equation, but do not push n. What should you put in instead of n? X. Good. So y is equal to 15 plus 3 times by x minus 1. So that's what you're going to type into your calculator. You can type it exactly like that, and it'll be perfect. So that's step 1. Type it in your calculator. Step 2, and it depends on the kind of calculator that you have, you're going to go to your table. You can write these down on your normal notes, or you can just put them right in the book. Either way, it's fine with me. So go to your calculator, go to y equals, then 15 plus 3 times by x minus 1. Like that. And then what are we going to go to? What does it say?
Second graph.
Yeah, you do second graph to go to the table. If you have a different kind of calculator, just maybe watch another YouTube video from somebody else. Oh, this is not focusing nicely, is it? Nope. Still doesn't like me. Okay, on how to graph it. So you're going to do that, and you have those numbers, and then you would fill in the table. Feeling pretty good about this? Because you actually don't have to for this. And then the last part, step 3, is you're going to graph it, but this is the tricky part. Are you lost? Okay. Okay, so you record. So you push record when you're supposed to. Okay, so you put the graph in, look at the table, and then look at the numbers. The smallest number is 15, largest one is 42. So if we just round 42 to 50, and then we just said this was 0, then what they did is they split this entire graph, which has 10 lines, by 5s, right? So because they do this divided by 10. So each one of these are 5s, and then you graph the points, and that's all you do. Make sense? So the x's are always going to be the same, but the trick is when the x-axis goes all weird. So first let's do number 2. What kind of sequence is number 2?
Geometric.
Geometric. So step 1 is we're going to type it in the calculator. So in your y, you're going to type in 3 times by 2, and then everybody's calculator is going to be different with this. Sometimes when you push the up arrow, it just stays up arrow, and if it does, then you're going to put parentheses x minus 1. If it's like this kind, when you go to y equals, you're going to go 3 times by 2. And see, when I do to the power of, it puts it up in a little box. And then I can just do x minus 1. I don't have to do parentheses. So it just depends on the kind of calculator you have. If I had just one of these calculators from my drawer, then see, this one I had to do to the power of, and then I had to keep it in parentheses like that. So it just depends on the kind of calculator that you have. And then you go to the table, so second graph to the table, and you're just going to fill in the ones that go with this. So 1 goes with 3, 6, 12, 24, 48, 96, 192, 384, 768, and 1,536. Okay. Making sense so far? Okay. We're going to start by looking at what's the smallest number? 3, which is really close to what? 0. And then what number that we want to divide by 10 is 1536 close to?
1540.
You could say 15. So you have choices, and there's not one that's wrong. You could say 1540, or you can say 1600, or you can say 2000. It doesn't matter what you pick. The main thing that you have to do is whatever one you do, you want to divide it by 10, and then that's what the lines are going to go by. So what do you think is going to be easiest?
154 is how much we should go by.
You want to go by 154s? That's fine. I'm going to do 2000s because that's really easy. So I'm going to say that this is 2000. then this is gonna be, and the first one is 200, right? Because 2,000 divided by 10 is 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, 1,600, 1,800. You are welcome to do any of the others. Like if you did the 1,540, these would each go by 154. So the one above that would be whatever 154 plus 154 is. And the one above that would be that plus 54 plus 154 plus 154. Does that make sense? And any of them are fine? It's not like one is more correct.
154 times tables
Yeah, if you have your 154 times tables down, you do it. And then, so then we need to label the axes. So then the term number is what goes across the x-axis. So term, notice how I'm leaving space to put numbers. Term number, and that's in N. And what goes the other way? What goes the other way? If this way is the term number, yeah, so this is the value of the term. So for this one, it is G sub N. What does G sub N mean? Like, what do we know it is? What kind of sequence is that? Yeah, geometric, nice work. Okay. And then we just graph them. So if each of these things is standing for 200, are you going to be able to tell the difference between where 3 is and 0 is? Oh, wait, I forgot to number here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But don't go to 11, 12. Okay, then graph these. So over 1, up 3, you're not going to be able to tell the difference between 0 and 3. Same with 0 and 6. Same with 0 and 12. And maybe with 24 up just a tiny bit on 4. And then 5 and 48, maybe it's 3, like a fourth of the way there. 6 goes with 96. We're almost halfway to the first line. Yes. Then things get wild. We are almost up to 200 on 7. What? Okay. Then 8 goes 384. Oh my gosh, that's almost up to 400. And then 768 is almost up to 800. And then 1,536 is almost up to 1,600. What kind of graph does this look like again? Exponential. Yeah, exponential, because it's the swoosh. It's the extreme sports one. Okay, and that's really all you do for this whole lesson. There are some weirdies, though. So let me just go over some of the weirdies, and then we'll be good. Then there are 10 problems in this lesson, and you will have to do all, but you can skip 2 still. Okay, so this is a semi-weirdie, and I'm going to type it in. So is this arithmetic or geometric? Arithmetic. And so I'm going to show you also some pro tips with this thing. So arithmetic, so type it in. Hardest thing with these things is getting the negatives and the minus signs not mixed up, because they're kind of different. Like that's a -8 and that's a -n. So it kind of makes it tricky when you're typing it in. And then table, and then fill it in. Bless you. Bless you again. So you fill in your table. Okay with this one?
Yeah.
Did you guys get the same numbers that I got?
No.
No, you didn't. If you didn't, then something wrong. Is you want to do the same type of thing where you're going to round. Actually, if it's arithmetic, this is my pro tip. If it's arithmetic, these numbers can just be the numbers in your table. What? So -22, -14, -6. Because how often are these numbers happening?
They're all 8 of them.
Yeah, they're all only 8 apart. 18, 26, 34, 42, 50, and then still label that. So value of term A sub n, and then this, but then this is the, so that's, do you understand that part so far? I'll pause it.